So I want to talk for a couple of minutes about dimensional measuring. When you're plotting out a project, you don't always need to know what angle something has to be for you to make it accurate. For example, I'm building this bar and I have a straight section and then right here, and then I have a 45-degree section that comes off of this cabinet here. What I need to do is make sure that this drawer face does not hit this cabinet when you're pulling this drawer out. These are flipped upside down, by the way, so this is the top. So what I do is I place some pieces of wood there to kind of mark what the cabinet. This is going to be a door. This is going to be a drawer. So you want to make sure that they're not going to hit each other. So of course you have to space out this straight piece here so it's not going to hit. Well, I still need to know that it's going to be 45 degrees, so I'll take my 45-degree square, I'll put it on the back side and make sure that that's 45 degrees, which it is. And then we'll go around the back side and I'll show you what I mean about finding this angle and what I'm going to do with this. Okay, we're on the back side of the cabinet now, and so what I need to do is make sure that these are 45 degrees. This is the straight section. This is the 45-degree section that comes off of that. So I'm going to take my carpenter square and make sure that that's 45 degrees, which it is. Now what I need to do is find this line here and this line here. I don't need to know what these angles are going to be. You don't have to do the math. You just have to plot it out with some scrap pieces of wood, and then you can find what that dimension is going to be. So all I'm doing is putting it up against the back face of the cabinet and making sure that when these two pieces meet here, that's going to be the piece I'm going to cut out. This is going to be a piece to help tie these two cabinets together at 45 degrees. And I'm going to cut that out of plywood, and I'll do that and we will see what that looks like. Okay, so I measured from the front of the cabinet. I'll just show you how I measured this. So we're looking at about, I want to do about 18 inches so I get some wiggle room there. And then from here over to this corner of the cabinet here, I'm going to do about 13 inches on that. So I made those cuts. And I'm going to move that out of the way. And so when you put that in there, it fits perfectly. So I did 18 by 13. I put that in there. It was 45 degrees, so it fit perfectly in the slot there. And then I just used these two markers to mark the lines for this piece of plywood and then cut it out. I cut this section based off of from here to here, what this line will be. And then I added 3/4 of an inch, or the thickness of my plywood, which is actually 18 millimeters, and cut that extra section off because there's going to be a face frame piece that's going to run the length of the bottom, or sorry, the top of the cabinet up to the bottom, down to the bottom. Anyways, so if you've ever struggled with trying to find an angle, or what does that need to be, where do I cut that, how do I cut that, you don't really have to do that. You just kind of plot it out and then make your cuts. I hope this helped, and follow along with this build on the bar and you'll see these sections on the 45-degree angles, and we'll see you in the next one.